I think I've heard they already have cracked the genetic code, right?
Say it again? Loud.
They have cracked the genetic code, right? I mean...
No one's cracked the genetic code. They are showing the connections of the amino acids, the phosphates, their sequence order. They know nothing of the code. If they knew of the code, then they would be able, or they cannot manipulate the code. All they're doing right now is like when we mapped the moon 20 years ago. All they're doing is locating where the craters are, where the mountains are, things like that. They don't know how to crack the code.
Sound.
Yeah. What you have is that you have the DNA backbone helix that's being displaced, just like you said. There's something what? Pushing them apart? Spreading them apart? There is an invisible flux field, okay, that's responsible for the helical shape. Yeah, the conical helical shape is a result of a higher field. Now the vortices on DNA, when I added the numbers to it though, they all lined up. And DNA, are you familiar with how you have sister strands where they duplicate the information and they're a perfect mirror? That's what our DNA is supposed to be doing. And I found that these nested vortices do that. Now the nested vortices are right here, which is, let's look at two nested vortices. Remember the nested vortices, this one and this one? It's 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5 going in, and this one, 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5 is going out. See how this one's a negative one? This is 1, 2, 4 on the bottom, this is a 1, 2, 4 on the top. There are two different types of nested vortices, and this shows it right here. Boy, these charts really do belong together, because that was the goal. See how these are staggered? This toroid is rigid, it holds together. And what does DNA double spiral helix do? It comes apart, based on these two different kinds of nested vortices. How do these nested vortices work and function? Oops. Okay, by how they line up based upon the shears, the world boundary conditions, which we've been studying, like in the yin and yang and in the symbol. Where is the boundary condition on the toroid? It's always equaling 1. Remember how we did that? 1 and 1 is 1. 2 and 5 is 10 is 1. 4 and 7 is 1. 8 and 8 is 1. See, it's always the same in between. 1 and 1 is 1. 2 and 5 is 10. It always equals 1, which is what you said was the yin and yang. Okay? And it really is making 1. What it does is it allows you to have wires that go side by side and naturally insulate, because their harmonics, their resonance is so perfect that they don't short circuit out. Okay? Everyone follow that? Okay, Charlie doesn't.
Does it have to be at a specific angle?
Everything has to be at a specific angle. The whole secret of this whole thing is angle and ratio. Okay? That's what numbers are. They have geometric functions that are spatial and temporal.
What do you mean by temporal? I don't know. Related to time?
Yes. The timing, only 1/6 of this coil is ever activated at one instance. These charts actually reflect what time is and explain it in that regard. Let's see which chart that would be. Right now, in this chart over here, okay, only our 396s are activated. Okay? See how just our 396s are activated? Okay, well, I'm actually showing the 9s, but 9s are always activated on the 396. I'm showing how everything spins around. Let me find the family number group 147. Here we're showing 147 on the outside of the toroid. See how just one winding, and it would be this 147 and that 147. Do you follow what I'm saying? Remember that family group is on? Yeah. Okay. And it's always separated by thirds in every direction. See? 1, then 1, 2, 3. Okay? Diagonally, it would be 147. They would all be on at the same time. So diagonally, we're thinking that everything's on this wire. 147. They're all on. When this one's activated. Okay? Now, let's see what it looks like from the top of the toroid. You can see all the windings, 147, are on. It's a little upside down, but near that wire, it's just one wire is on right now. And what it's doing is it's showing motion, how things move, because when it goes off, and the next family number group moves things move through the space. It's like the rest cycle. They don't have to be energized all the time. You know, we turn on our rockets, they blast it. We only turn on our jetpacks for like 3 seconds, and we keep them shooting through space. So these tiles are energized, and then they're turned off, and then you jet through to the next tile, and you come out to the next space where it'll be energized again. Okay? So sure enough, so here you see in this wire, it's all positive 714s. Now where are all the other 714s? They're all negative. They're all on the other wire. Now when we go to the next stage, which I didn't do a board because there's just too many boards to do, it would have been 285 would have been positive, which is the next wire. Here's a positive 2, positive 8, positive 5. And what about the 285s? They're all negative over here. So this wire becomes positive. Do you follow what I'm saying? I'm going to explain to you another way. I'm going to explain to you on the big board. Let's try and work on the big map. Okay. We're only interested about what is on where. Right now, 1, 4, and 7 are on. Okay? In this wire, which is also the same as all these other wires where there's a 1, 4, 7, which is all the same wire wound in a star. We all understand that? Okay. Now the next family, now that doesn't stay on forever because these little BBs shooting out. I'm really showing you them puncturing the skin and disappearing into the outer space. They're only on when the surface of the toroid is hit by the z-axis, as you mentioned in the very beginning, with dimension.
It's going in, it's kind of weaving in and out.
What,
around.
this toroid?
Yeah, well, in terms of the numbers, it's skipping over the other group, right?
Well, let's go to 258. The next family number group that's activated is not 147, but it's going to be 258. And they're all over here in the opposite wire. So this wire is totally off. And when this wire was on, it was all negative 147s in that wire, so the other wire was off. So right now we got this total wires are all on, while this total wire is now all off. So only one wire is ever on when the other ones are off. The right one or the left one. Does everyone follow that now?
So they're not both going at the same time?
They're not both going at the same time.
But alternating?
They're not even alternating because it's based on thirds. Because then when this one's off, okay, this one's on, the space where there's nothing. Okay?
There's no resistance.
And that's why there's no resistance. Okay, and then it comes back to, so this is all on along here, the 396s are all on.
So then it goes 3 space further and then...
And then it comes back to the 147s again. So this one, these are all on, and then these are all on, and then the spaces are all on. And I wish I had sequence and charts to show it neater to you, but I think you follow.